Hello, good evening, I'm Ashley Blake. An inquest has heard how a punctured tyre which had been repaired suddenly deflated, causing a minibus crash which killed 3 Nuneaton Borough soccer fans. The coroner in Oxford said he could not regard it as an accident and recorded open verdicts. Colin Pemberton reports.
14 football fans were inside this minibus when it plunged off the M40 motorway. They were on their way back from an FA Cup tie in Bournemouth. Sean Folan was one of those who died. His friend Martin Lashley died with him. Another colleague, Cal Long, died in hospital the next day. He had been pulled free by the driver, Gareth Archer, who had hired the minibus in Nuneaton. The driver, Mr. Archer, recalled how he heard a bang for a split second from the back of the vehicle and said, "I think we've got a puncture." He told the coroner how he struggled to control the vehicle as it swayed from side to side, but then it suddenly veered to the left and crashed off the motorway down an embankment. Tyre expert Raymond Jenkins said it was the rear offside tyre which had suddenly deflated. Mr. Jenkins said the tyre had previously been repaired after a nail or a screw had punctured it, and it was losing air slowly. It was likely to have been running on low pressure during this journey, and the scene was set for a sudden deflation. The police believe that a previous hirer of the vehicle may have repaired the puncture rather than bear the cost of a new tyre. The coroner said if the police could find who repaired the puncture, the Crown Prosecution Service would consider manslaughter charges, but it had proved impossible.
2 boys of 11 and 12 who've been terrorising their neighbourhood have been told they could face a custodial sentence if their behaviour doesn't improve. The children were abusive and threatening and frightened so many people in their hometown that it led to a 9-month police investigation. Helen Callaghan reports.
They were nicknamed the Telford Tearaways, and for more than a year they terrorised their hometown of Wellington in Shropshire. 12-year-old Jamie Thomas and Martin Emery, who's just 11, wreaked havoc in their local shops, threatened strangers and bullied their classmates. This is where the boys used to hang around. They'd intimidate shoppers and shopkeepers with foul and abusive language, and on one occasion they even fired at passers-by using ball bearings. But the communities fought back. Officers spent 9 months collecting evidence so that antisocial behaviour orders could be issued.
What we're concerned about is the quality of life for people that live around here. This is one step towards improving that quality of life and changing behaviour which isn't acceptable. Yes, it is a useful tool in our armoury.
For the next 3 years, the boys are banned from owning pellet guns like these. They can't associate with each other, leave their homes unaccompanied at night, and they mustn't swear or insult people. The boys' bad behaviour isn't in itself criminal, but now if they break these conditions, they will face a custodial sentence. People in Wellington hope it won't come to that, but they're looking forward to Christmas shopping free from intimidation.
The police complaints authorities to investigate the death of a man who collapsed while police were at his house. The man, who's in his 70s, died yesterday at his home in Leek in Staffordshire. He'd been detained under the mental health laws. He collapsed after social workers, doctors and police arrived at the house. Police believe a remand prisoner who abducted a taxi driver to escape court may be in the Midlands. 19-year-old Mervyn Plummer made off from Bicester Magistrates Court yesterday after overpowering guards. He abandoned the cab at a service station on the M6 north of Birmingham. The public are advised not to approach him. A plane spotter being held on spying charges in Greece has told the BBC that the authorities have no firm evidence against him. A Greek court has ruled that Wayne Groves and 11 other Britons will stay in prison until they see a higher court. James MacDonald reports.
After more than 2 weeks in a Greek jail, the patience of the plane spotters is beginning to run out. They were on an organised trip when they were arrested outside an airbase and charged with spying. But speaking from police custody today, one of the group, Wayne Groves from Tamworth, said the Greek Air Force had actually invited them along.
We had permission from the Air Force to visit. We have a fax telling us we could visit. We were allowed. It was confirmed the week before we arrived we'd still be allowed to come. And the security people examined all the films, the intelligence people, and they've confirmed there were no pictures taken. So they're happy with it.
Plane spotting isn't a hobby normally associated with espionage, but as enthusiasts go further afield, they're more likely to be at risk of arrest.
It's sort of become more popular, and a lot of people go out, particularly abroad, because they can get aircraft from other countries with exotic colours that they want to photograph.
This evening, after weeks of waiting, there are signs the plane spotters detained in Greece might soon be on a flight home.
What we understand at the moment is there's going to be some sort of secret review of the papers sometime next week. But there's no way this can continue hole in the corner.
So, despite some hopes, the group remains in Greece this evening, their 19th night spent in detention.
And there are two football results to bring you tonight. Aston Villa lost 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Coventry moved 2 places to 7th after beating Crystal Palace 2-0. Just before we go, a quick word of thanks to everyone who rang in offering to help Doreen Payne, who was featured last night on Midlands Today. Now, for 3 years, she's been unable to leave her home in Dudley because her local council won't pay for a wheelchair ramp. Well, a Wolverhampton firm is building her a ramp next week. Doreen says she's over the moon, and she's asked everyone here to thank everyone who rang in. That's the news. Kay Alexander will be back at 6:30 in the morning. Now it's back to Peter Sissons. Bye for now.